lesson, not for discussion. We play with drums like shit is percussion. Stay with a hammer like this is construction. Drink too much Henny, might shoot up.
What's good, YouTube, man? It's Clutch. We back out with another video. Today's video, we got the best two-way three-point facilitator build in NBA 2K20. Now, if you guys see my video from yesterday, the two-way three-level facilitator build, this build is pretty similar, but there are a few differences that make this build, in my opinion, a little bit better than that two-way three-level facilitator build. And as always, I'm gonna show you guys the best way to make this build. So we're gonna get straight into it, man. Now, first, you can make this build a point guard. I'm pretty sure you can make it a shooting guard, and I think a small forward. I'm not sure if you can make this build a power forward or center. If you made this build any other position, please let me know in the comment section below. But today, we are gonna be making it a point guard because you're gonna get the maximum badges possible, and its other stuff does not matter. That's personal preference. Now, moving on to skill breakdown with this build, man. Again, like the two-way three-level facilitator build, this pie chart, you are gonna be picking the defense and shooting pie chart. And again, if you made this build with any other pie chart, please let me know in the comment section below. I'm very curious to know. But as of right now, this is the only pie chart I am 100% certain you can use to make this build. The defense and shooting, you're going to have great finishing, great shooting, good playmaking, and pretty nice defense. Make sure you guys do pick this pie chart. Now, moving on to physical profile with this build, man, I would either recommend you pick all agility or the agility and vertical. Personally, with this build, it's going to be able to dunk pretty good, so I'd recommend you pick the higher vertical one. Now, let me just show you guys. Look at the speed difference. An 87 speed compared to a 91 speed. Only a 4-point difference, not the biggest deal in the world. But look at the vertical. 78 vertical compared to a 91 vertical. That is a 13-point difference. I can live with a 4 less speed, but the vertical is a 13-point difference. In my opinion, that is big. And when you hit 99 overall, if you did not know, you get a +4 to all your attributes. You're gonna have like a 91 speed when you hit 99 overall with this build. So still, with this pie chart, you're gonna have really good speed. I recommend you pick this pie chart. But if you want all agility, go ahead. But I recommend you pick this one. Now, moving on to attributes, man. Make sure you guys do it just like this, so you get the maximum badges possible. You are gonna max out your close shot to an 84. Also max out your driving layup. Also max out your driving dunk, and your standing dunk, you are going to put this to a 39, so you get 8 finishing badges. Now, moving on to shooting, you're going to max out your mid-range shot. Also max out your three-point shot. Also max out your free throw to an 88. And your post fade, you're going to put this to a 57, so you get 16 shooting badges. Now, moving on to playmaking, you're going to max out your pass accuracy and also max out your ball handling. And your post moves, you're going to put this to a 31, so you get 11 playmaking badges. Now, moving on to defense, max out your perimeter defense. Also max out your lateral quickness. Also max out your steal to an 87, just like that. Your block, you're going to put this to a 44. In these last 34 upgrades, you're going to max out your defensive rebounding to a 78, just like that. And you guys can see, here's the build. You get 8 finishing, 16 shooting, 11 playmaking, and 20 defensive and rebounding. You can add that up. That's a total of 55 badges for this two-way three-point facilitator build. Like I said, the two-way three-level facilitator build and this build are pretty similar. Now, based off the name two-way three-point facilitator, you would think since it has 3-point in the build's name, it would have more shooting badges. But not gonna lie to you, the two-way three-level facilitator actually does have more shooting badges than this build, which kind of doesn't make sense because it's a 3-point, because this build has 3-point in its name. Now, the thing you are getting better with this build, you're getting more finishing badges opposed to the last build, and you're getting more defensive badges. You're only getting 1 more defensive badge, but still, that's an extra Hall of Fame badge. That's going to be very nice for this build. And plus, you're getting 1 badge more than the last build. So honestly, I think this build's better, but some people might like the other build. Some people might like this build. So I decided to show you guys both of them. But now we're going to get straight into this other stuff. Now, body shape does not matter. Personally, since it's a guard, I would either pick define or compact. But like I said in some of my videos, it doesn't really matter what you pick. If you want to make your player built, burly, you want to be buff out there, it really doesn't matter. However you want your player to look will determine which body shape you pick. Me personally though, I'm going to just pick define. Now, moving on to that with this build, the best height for this build is going to be 6'5". You can't make the build 6'4" or 6'3". It's going to give you a different build name, and I didn't look at 6'6". But personally, 6'5" is going to be the best height. You're a pretty good height, so you have good defense, and you'll still be able to shoot all that good stuff. Make sure you guys do make the build 6'5". Now, moving on to weight with this build, you don't really need weight, so I recommend you lower it all the way down to 175 pounds, so you get better lateral quickness, better acceleration, and better vertical. Now, moving on to the wingspan with this build, man. I tried messing around with the wingspan, and for some reason, whenever you go under the default wingspan, it's going to change your name to two-way sharpshooter. And if you go over the default wingspan, it's going to change your name to two-way pass first point. So if you want to say two-way three-point facilitator, your wingspan has to be in the middle. The default wingspan, 81.6 inches. It can't be any other wingspan, or else they'll change your build name. And default wingspan is actually pretty good because you're not losing anything. Now with medium wingspan, you're gonna be able to play some pretty good defense with that, all that good stuff. And the one thing I did want to say, take a look at your ball handling. You have a 75 ball handling, you need an 86 ball handling to speed boost, but keep in mind if you pick Playmaker Takeover, that gives you a plus 10 to your ball handling when you have Takeover. So 75 plus 10, you're gonna have an 85 ball handling with Takeover. You're gonna be one upgrade off of speed boosting, but if you did not know, when you hit 99 overall, you get a plus 4 to all your attributes. You need to hit like 96 or 97 overall just to get that plus 1. I think it's 96. So at 96 overall, you'll be able to speed boost with Takeover with this build. So make sure you guys put your wingspan to 81.6 if you want to say two-way 3-point facilitator. Now moving on to Takeover's build, man. You get a wide variety of Takeover options here. Oh, actually, I didn't even notice with this build. You can actually get Slasher. Slasher, honestly, I think Slasher is going to be the best option. I didn't know you can get Slasher with this build. Slasher Takeover still gives you a plus 10 to your ball handling, but it's going to help you dunk a lot better, finish a lot better, even shoot. So I recommend you pick Slasher. Now, if you want Playmaker, go ahead, but honestly, Slasher is going to be your best bet here. Now, if you don't really care about speed boosting, go ahead and pick Sharpshooter or Lockdown Defender. But honestly, I recommend you pick Playmaker or Slasher. This build, being able to speed boost, makes the build that much better in my opinion. So I recommend you pick Slasher. And you guys can see, here's the build. You have built a two-way 3-point facilitator similar to DeJounte Murray, Steve Francis, and Stephen Curry. Very nice build, 55 badges. But now we're gonna get straight into the best badges for this build, man. If you guys still watching this video, man, make sure you guys do hit the like button, subscribe, pull the sub count real quick. You guys can see 21,200 subs. We're 800 subs away from 22k subs. If you watch this video right now, you like what you see, do it, subscribe, and turn on notifications. But now we're gonna get straight to the best badges for this build. Put this 99 over real quick. Let me take the sub count off. Give me a minute. Now you guys see 8 finishing badges. Unfortunately, with this build, you have a 78 driving duck. When you hit 99 overall, you get a plus 4 to all your attributes. 78 plus 4. You're gonna have an 82 driving duck at 99 overall. Unfortunately, you're 2 points off of being able to get contact dunks. So no contact dunks with this build, but you still have slashing takeover, and your driving duck's gonna be an 80. So you're still gonna be able to get some pretty good dunk packages. So keep that in mind. I recommend you throw on gold contact finisher. I also recommend you throw on silver giant slayer. Keep in mind, you are only 6'5". This badge is activated when you go up against anybody that's 6'10" or taller. It's going to make it harder for big men to block your shot, and it's going to help you finish over those big men. Very nice badge. I highly recommend that badge. Now you got 3 upgrades left. I'll either go slithery finisher or fancy floor. Slithery finisher is going to help you drive a lot better and get past your defender, and fancy floor, if you're doing hop steps, going to be a very nice badge. Personally, with this build, I kind of want both badges. So I think I'm going to do silver slithery finisher and bronze fancy floor. I feel like you got to have both of those badges on. I don't want to leave one of them out. In my opinion, I think these are going to be the best finishing badges. But like I said in every single one of my videos, if you want some other finishing badges, go and change it up. Do whatever you want to do. Now moving on to shooting badges. Bill, when you got 16 shooting badges, I recommend throwing Hall of Fame quick draw. If you don't have this badge on, you're not going to be able to shoot. Plain and simple. I also recommend throwing Hall of Fame range extender. 8 upgrades left. I also recommend Hall of Fame hot zone hunter. If you have all your hot zones, this badge right here is to help you shoot a lot better. 4 upgrades left. I also recommend you throw on Hall of Fame green machine. This badge right here is to help you shoot a lot more greens. It's going to be a very nice badge for you. Now, unfortunately, with this build, it does get 2 less shooting badges than the two-way 3-level facilitator build. It's still pretty good. You're going to have the main badges you really need. So this is going to be the best shooting badges in my opinion. But if you want some other badges, you want Deadeye, difficult shots, go ahead and change it up. Do whatever you want to do. Now, moving on to Playmaking Badges. Bill, man, you got 11 Playmaking Badges. Not the most in the world here, so you do have to sacrifice a lot. I recommend you throw on Gold Handles for Days, Quick First Step, and Space Creator. I feel like these 3 badges have to be gold. Now, 2 upgrades left. There are 2 badges I want personally. Tie Handles and Unpluckable. So I'm going to do Bronze Unpluckable and Bronze Tie Handles. I feel like these are going to be the best Playmaking Badges for this build. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get Floor General, Dimer, Flashy Passer, none of those badges because we just don't have enough upgrades. Now, Bailout is also a good option. Say you don't want Unpluckable or Tie Handles, you can throw on Bronze Bailout. That is a very nice option for this build. But personally, this is what I'm doing for Playmaking Badges personally, but you can change it up. Do whatever you want to do. Now, moving on to defensive badges. Bill, man, you got 20 defensive badges. This would be 5 Hall of Fames. The badge you got to have off rip, Hall of Fame clamps. You need this badge to play better in perimeter defense. I also recommend throwing Hall of Fame Intimidator. It's going to make people miss shots. I also recommend throwing Hall of Fame Pick Dodger. You're going to be getting screened a lot by Hall of Fame Brick Wall. You definitely need this badge to fight through those screens. 8 upgrades left. I also recommend throwing Hall of Fame Interceptor. Keep in mind, you do have default wingspan, pretty long arms. Your steal is an 87. You're going to be able to get a lot of pass interception with this build. I think that's going to be a very nice badge. 4 upgrades left. There's 2 badges I would go with personally, either Pickpocket or Pogo Stick. Now, Pickpocket's going to be a very nice badge. If you want to rip people, you do have a pretty high steal, so that's a very good badge to put on. And pogo sticks also a very good option. I think I'm gonna throw on pickpocket. You have an 87 steal when you hit 99 overall, you get a +4 to all your attributes. 87 +4, you're gonna have a 91 steal at 99 overall. So you gotta have interceptor and pickpocket. You gotta utilize that high steal. I think these are the best defensive badges for this build. You want something else though, go and change up, do whatever you want to do. But that's pretty much it, man. That's the best two-way three-point facilitator build in NBA 2K20. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did enjoy this video, man, make sure you guys do the like button, subscribe. Like I said, man, we're 800 subs away from 22K subs. If you're watching this video right now, like what you see, do it, subscribe, man, turn on notifications. But that's pretty much it, man. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Until next time, clutch out.
I'm feeling your energy, and shorty, man, she really into me. I got lots of enemies, and they wanna act like they friends with me.